I have now, yeah. There we
Yeah.
go.
All
Cheers.
right. By the way, it's a sausage. So I was just watching the highlights of the ball bag. Anyway, let's go.
Nathan, congratulations. Off and running. Not your brilliant best, I think it's fair to say. You said he was annoying at the World Championships. Did anything change this evening?
Nope. Oh, you all watched it. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard work, and especially when you're not really got like the crowd to feed off. When you're waiting that long in between throws. The amount of doubles I missed when I had three in hand. But I generally, because I've been waiting that long to throw, the composer went, and yeah, it wasn't a great performance, but I won, and he's hard to play. I don't care what anyone says. Forget about performance level. He's a tough player to beat, but yeah, I got the job done, and we can actually play a proper game of darts tomorrow.
When the draw was done yesterday, then was that your worst nightmare when that one came
It
out?
was. It was. I'm not gonna lie. It was. And I said it to Getty before when he was on the stage. I went, "I'll play him again," and I did. I played him three times in 12 months. Guys haven't got a tour card. I played him more than half the tour. Unfortunately for me, but now listen, it is what it is, and put whoever's gambling, put a first round draw me in the Lagen in Saudi next week.
Look, how's the mindset after the disappointment of the World Championships and everything like that? Is it out of your system and you're ready to attack the new season?
Yeah, it was out of my system probably the day after. I know what I did wrong in that match. I went mental on that 170 and it absolutely killed me for a set. And then, you can't look past what Kevin Dokes did. He was absolutely phenomenal. He would have been Littler in them last two sets. He was out of this world. And, you got to tip your hat to him. He played well. But yeah, I was very disappointed. Went home, had a New Year's Eve party, and couldn't care less about that. So it didn't take me long to forget about it. But yeah, we move forward now. Big year for me. I'm absolutely defending peanuts all year. And this year's going to be big.
When you lost that, did you kind of realise your Premier League dream was over in that moment as well, or did you still think that you had a chance?
No, I still thought I had a chance, if I'm deadly honest with you. Noppet went out early. Gezi went out the round before me. Josh Rock didn't have a great run. Bunny went out before me. Um, I'm sat here thinking I think I had a better season than some of them lads that were in that Premier League lineup. But, a couple of people had to miss out. Unfortunately, this year it's myself and Noppet. And, last year I got in when, maybe I shouldn't have got in. Shit happens. You know what I mean? Yeah, of course I'm gutted. I absolutely love the Premier League and I'm not going to smoke up my own backside, but I think, the Premier League will miss me this season. But, I've got to concentrate on myself. Disappointed, of course I was. But I can concentrate on my ranking event, get back in that top eight, top four, and I'll be back next year. You know, no, I have no qualms. I know I'll be back in it next year.
Cheers, Nathan. Congratulations.
Cheers,
Well
man.
done, Nathan. Do these events in Bahrain and Saudi take on a little bit more importance now with you not being in the Premier League, just so you can prove that you should have been there?
Nah, not really. I brought my dad with me. I'm enjoying myself. I didn't think I'd be invited when I didn't get the Premier League. Um, they invited me, so I'm using it as a holiday. I'm here to win darts. I'm here to win a darts tournament. But if I'm deadly honest with you, I'm using it for a week to spend some time with my dad. I'll try every single game, but I've got an out to prove. What have I got to prove? I'm not in the Premier League, so I've got to prove anything. I can just come here and enjoy myself for a week. And when the season properly starts, the ranking tournaments, then I'll put the work in and yeah, put myself in a position where I will not miss out next year.
When did you actually find out you were going to be in the lineup for Bahrain?
But when I was going to be in Bahrain, the day after the Premier League announcement.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And with not being in the Premier League, it gives you maybe more opportunities to concentrate on things like the European Tour, obviously ranking points on offer in those sort of events. It's going to make sure that your ranking position is of utmost importance this year, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think I've been in the Premier League I think the last 3 years, and you do pick and choose your events, and it's so hard. There's so much money up for grabs now. If you do start missing, I looked. I think I missed 16, 18 Pro Tours last year, 4 or 5 Euro Tours. If I'm playing in them events, I'm winning another 50, 60, 70, 80 grand in ranking money. So that the other boys in the Premier League are making. So you know what? All my the people close to me didn't want me to get it. I want to get it because I love it, and I get a buzz out of it. But I will play everything. I've got no excuse to not turn up. I'm playing two Pro Tours a week at a Euro Tour. I'm not going to here, there, and everywhere for the Premier League. So it gives me a good opportunity to make some good ranking money, get myself back up in that rankings, and yeah, play darts without that much pressure for the next 6 months because you got the UK, you got the Masters in the UK Open, then we got 6 months without TV. Um, I can actually probably just enjoy my darts and enjoy a bit of time with the boys
Yeah, well
and the
done,
family.
Nathan. Cheers.
Hello, Nathan. Well done on that victory. We know that you don't like playing Lourence Ilagan, but there was a bit of a laugh and a joke on stage. What did you say to him at the end? And does he know how hard he makes it for you?
I said you are an effing nightmare to play. And he just laughed because he knows he is. But now, you know what? I said it last game. He's a lovely guy. We've had a good 2 days together. I've spent a bit of time with Lourence. He's a great guy. I have nothing against him. He's an absolute pain in the ass to play on the dartboard, and that's it. You know what I mean? He's a really nice guy, but I just said you're an absolute nightmare, and he just kind of laughed, and that's it. It's friendly banter.
Yeah.
People make stories out of stuff that isn't a story. He's a nice guy with friends, but he's an absolute pain in the ass.
What makes it so hard to play him on stage? And can you compare him to anyone else on tour, or is he just in a league of his own?
Rasma, he's pretty much similar to Rasma. He's erratic. Like he'll go for like treble 20s, and then all of a sudden he'll just throw down a ball. You're like, what? And then he'll step back, and then he'll throw slow, then he'll throw fast, and then he'll pull his sleeve up, and then he'll have a walk around the stage. Yeah, I think the only guy that's pretty similar is Rasma. And he's a nightmare too, and he knows it.
You've spoken a lot on this call about not getting into the Premier League, but do you actually get a phone call and does it get talked through with you on the reasons of why you didn't get in the Premier League this year, or do you just find out when everybody else is on Sky Sports that you're not in the Premier League?
No, I think the only difference that was hard this year is we had the Pro Zealand event, and I was travelling home with Stephen Bunting, and we were sat next to each other and then playing, and he got a text message at 3:15 saying that he was in. I got a text message at 21 minutes past three saying I wasn't in. He's buzzing. I won't jump off the plane. So it was a difficult travel home, but you know what? Yes, Matthew, Jesus, Matt explained his reasons why he didn't put me in. I think I backdoored it last year. I don't think I deserved it last year. I felt like I probably did deserve it this year, and I didn't get it. Like you said, you take the rough with the smooth. I ain't dwelling on it. I've not put anything out on social media because I can't be bothered with people jumping on it. Um, I've accepted the decision and we move forward, and it gives me hunger and fight to not miss out again.
Would you be able to share the reasons that Matt explained of why you was overlooked this year?
My ranking was too low.
As simple as that.
Yeah,
Okay, Nathan, thanks very much for your time.
no problem. I'll get in trouble for saying that.
Hi Nathan.
Really done? Oh,
Hello, mate. Just one
hi
for
mate.
me. I mean, it seems like you've made peace with the Premier League decision quite quickly, and you're seeing the positives to it.
100%. I said it without blowing like Phil. I know I do a lot of media with Phil, and I said to him 2 months ago, it's a win-win for me. If I get the Premier League, buzzing. I love it. Obviously the sponsorship and the prize money and the confidence you get from playing in the Premier League week in, week out is amazing. If I don't get it, I've been through my rankings. I'm defending £47,000 until October, which is like absolute peanuts. And I'm like, if I don't get it, I can concentrate and play all the ranking events and get myself in the top four. I believe, well, don't necessarily think I'm a top four player, but I'm definitely a top eight player. And I think now I've not got to worry about Premier League and just concentrate on my ranking events. And yeah, climb back up the rankings, win some more tournaments, and going into like the match play, for example, I'll be fresh. You know what I mean? I'm not just come off the back of 17 grueling weeks traveling Europe. I'll be fresh and yeah, maybe throw a few more exhibitions in as well.
And are your family quite pleased that they're going to be seeing a bit more of you than otherwise?
No.
No.
The missus is, but my 14-year-old, for some weird reason, hates me at the moment. So she's absolutely screaming that I'm going to be at home because I'm the one that grounds her all the time. So my little girl and my missus are happy, but my eldest, no, she's not happy.
Well, that's teenagers for you. Well, thanks a lot, Nathan. All the best, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Cheers, boys.
All right, thanks everyone.
Cheers, thank you.